Well, speaking of space, Elizabeth Gardner is on a field trip over at Moore Square Magnet Middle School in Raleigh.
Let's check out and see what she's doing. You've got a little bit of space news yourself there, don't you?
Absolutely. This is really exciting. So the students here are going to get to actually ask questions to astronauts on the International Space Station this afternoon live. So they're so excited about this here at Moore Square. I want to introduce you to Josh Hunter, who is the 6th grade science teacher. And I have to disclosure here, my daughter's science teacher. So, but even if this weren't the case, we would still be here because it is so exciting. So I have to call you Mr. Hunter. You know, you have to call your teachers, but okay. So Mr. Hunter, tell me where you got the idea to do this.
So one of our current 6th graders, her parents sent me an email and said, hey, we should try this out. And so last spring we filled out the proposal and we were one of 13 schools accepted for this window of contact. And
that's 13 schools in the country, right? Yes. And that's really, really special. So tell me how excited you are about this.
I am super excited because I just love to help kids be passionate about science. And I've seen their excitement in this event, and that makes me excited.
What do you think they're going to get out of this?
Oh, my goodness. So they have written their own questions, and they voted on the best questions, so they get to have their questions answered.
So that's really neat. Do you think this is going to inspire some of them to be astronauts or at least to work in the science field?
I hope so.
I can tell you, just having Mr. Hunter as a teacher is inspiration enough.
Thank you.
All right, so this all happens a little bit later, and there is going to be an assembly. They've done, they've gotten the whole school involved here. The dance troupe is going to do a space-related dance. The orchestra is going to be performing space music, and then of course it will culminate with being able to talk to the astronauts. So we're going to come back to that in just a little bit. Let's talk about weather though. Heading outside, it is beautiful out there right now. We're seeing sunshine. Of course, it was a gray morning in most places, but you can see the bright skies in Roxborough right now, and that flag is flying. We actually have a pretty decent wind chill out there right now. Our temperatures in the 40s at this point, and we have a fairly strong northwesterly wind. Let's take a look at some temperatures across the area. And right now up in Roxborough, it is 39, it's 45 at the airport, and 51 down in Fayetteville. So our temperatures have actually warmed up pretty quickly, looking at upper 40s around Wilson and Rocky Mount. Wind speeds are anywhere from 5 to 15 miles per hour, and that wind's coming right out of the northwest, so it feels pretty chilly. Let's take a look at the combination with the wind chill. And there's not much wind down south, so feeling like 51 in Fayetteville and down around Clinton. But it feels like 32 in Roxborough right now, and 40 and Raleigh. So that wind is making it feel chilly in many places. Our skies clear this morning fairly early, 9 o'clock or so. High pressure will continue to feed some cool air into our region for today. But we're tracking a system that's back to our west that will help to bring us some rain by Wednesday. Let's take a look at temperatures as we head on out through the 7-day forecast. Looking at really just about 45 today. We're at 45 already. I think that sun is really working on the atmosphere pretty quickly. We'll see a high temperature tomorrow in the mid to upper 50s. So we see our winds shift to southerly, southwesterly. It's going to warm things up a little bit. And even warmer for Wednesday at 63. But we do have rain on the way. Coming up in 30 minutes, I'll show you futurecast with the timing of the rain on Wednesday. It may be messy for one of the commutes. I'll show you that coming up. For Thursday, back to about 50 degrees, and then we bounce back up to 56 on Friday. We do have showers in the forecast for Saturday and Sunday, and looking at the third weekend in a row of some rain. Let me explain a little bit about what's going to happen here. You can see all this radio equipment back here. The International Space Station will fly over our heads. It will get into range, and these volunteer ham radio operators will tune the signal in, and then the children will get to ask the questions via ham radio to the International Space Station as it flies over. So for us science geeks, this is pretty exciting. Back
that
to
is
you.
really cool.
That is so cool.
And we really like Mr. Hunter.
He's adorable. It was fun to hear him talk.
So fired up about it.
I know, just so excited about it all. I'm sure I can see why the students probably really love it.
Yeah.
And Reese probably enjoys speaking in his class.
Especially
Yes,
what they're doing
I wish
today.
that he.
Go ahead, Elizabeth.
I wish Reese could have him for like 5 more years, like all the way through high school for science. He's amazing.
Thanks, Elizabeth. Appreciate it.
doing very cool.